As most of you know, last Saturday was an overwhelming success for the town with the Hopatcong Market and the Recreation Association teaming up for just a wonderful event. To the the tremendous number of volunteers, I'd just like to say thank you to all of you. You know who you are. Many different groups came together to make this basically a Hallmark moment for our town. It was a great event, and
thank you
so
Brad,
much.
I'm going to ride your coattails a little bit here. The Christmas market was a huge success. We went and walked around, had a grand old time. I just want to put a big shout out to Jim Puccio for really helping spearheading the market, and also this Christmas market, and all the other volunteers. I'll tell you, it isn't a one-man show, that's for sure. There are a ton of volunteers, and the rec committee. My hat's off to you. Great job.
The holiday festival that we had, which was tagged with the holiday market, which I thought both were a huge success, and I thought teaming them together was a great idea. My hat's off to Jim Puccio for the market. Kathy Millian did a wonderful job with all the arrangements for the recreation festival. We had just under 400 visitors for Santa Claus. There were lots of other volunteers, including people running around or walking around in character costumes. So I just thought the whole thing was great, and the both of them together went fabulous. So lastly, just want to wish everyone.
John, excuse me. You were speaking about characters. You know, there was one green guy walking around. Who was that? I think it was the Grinch.
He was the Grinch, and I can't believe how many people wanted pictures of the Grinch with their children.
Yes,
found that very interesting. I don't want to think how many pictures.
I'm going to name all of the people in the town one by one. Well, not quite that many, but for the Hopatcong Holiday Marketplace, it really was quite a success, and I want to thank Mayor Francis, the Holiday Marketplace Committee, which consists of Jim Puccio, Jody Penn, Rita Rusomano, Joyce Garducci, and Carlene Yapple. I want to thank our 501c3, which is funding our community center. That's Farm to Art Fund. You can go to farmtoartfund.com to find out all about it. I want to thank all of the vendors for showing up. I want to thank the Hopatcong Rec Department and Kathy Millian. I want to thank the Hopatcong Works Department and Steve Millian. I want to thank the Hopatcong Fire Department for being there. The Hopatcong Police Department was there. The Hopatcong High School Holiday Ensemble. There were numerous Hopatcong Girl Scout troops. I can't list all of the numbers now. I don't have them all, but everybody was there from our Hopatcong Girl Scout. I want to thank Christian Hunter and Hopatcong Boy Scout Troop 88. I want to thank John Mabb and Hopatcong Boy Scout Troop 191. I want to thank the Cub Scouts and parents from Hopatcong Cub Scout Pack 88 and Hopatcong Cub Scout Pack 194. And I also want to do a special shout out to Jewel Gurman and the Environmental Commission, and especially the Beautification Committee, for making the park look the way it does. We mentioned it last week when they put the lights up. It really made it special, and like other people have said, and I've heard it from so many people when I was out there, it made it look like one of those Hallmark Christmas movies. It really was kind of special. Everybody thought at the beginning of the day when I was offloading the vendors that it was going to be dank and cold and nobody was going to show up. But when the lights came up as the sun went down, it really turned into a very special, magical place. And a lot of that has to do with the people that were there. And a special thank you to all of the characters from the rec department who made it kind of fun. And even though the Grinch
also wanted to thank everybody. The marketplace was amazing, absolutely amazing. Had a great time. The kids got to see Santa. It was just lovely, and it was a nice way for everybody to kind of get out of the house for a little bit into the fresh air. It wasn't too cold, which was
the marketplace.
Really nice.
You know, your baby grows up, and when we first started making suggestions to make major changes to the market, I kind of thought people were calling my baby ugly, but they weren't. But it seemed that way for a short time. But then I realized that, you know, like anything else, my baby's grown up, and it's grown up to a point where it just is now really, really mature to a point that differentiating our town. and in a good way. It brought attention to our town to show people how well we can do things, well thought out. And it also shows how we can coordinate efforts between the marketplace people and our recreation efforts. The event on Saturday was, to say the least, to me, touching. I mean, I got there early. Our scouts are amazing. We had Boy Scouts, Cub Scouts, Girl Scouts. They were represented there. They had the table there. And most of all, they were helping like they always do and always will. And the volunteers were, there's no words to describe the effectiveness. And everybody just said, well, what do we got to do now? Tell me what to do. And they were right there. They were stringing lights and helping with tents and unloading cars. And it's, as anything else, we had our little hiccup, but it was nothing that tripped anything up. And so I guess we got started, and we were going a little while. I just took a walk up on the hill and looked at the market, and it was, I don't know if you've ever experienced, but if you ever had a thought and you put together a picture in your mind of what you would like something to look like, a vision, if you will. And I looked down and it just struck me. It was just one of them moments. It was just a moment, a personal silent reflection. I looked down and it was truly a Hallmark moment. It was misty. There was some people walking and walking around, and they were going to the tents and they were talking to each other, and there was no fighting. And our town needed this breath of fresh air. Our town really needed to breathe. And I believe that all the people that made this successful allowed our town for at least a couple hours to breathe and just to be free and just to enjoy each other and enjoy the town. And when you saw the look on these kids' faces when Santa Claus came, it was just, you can't put a price on that. It was just made me so proud to just be part of this town. And so I cannot thank all of you enough, including our volunteers. And I always talk about our volunteers, and and that includes us, by the way, the council. And when I say volunteers, that's all of us, not just a couple of people. So thank you. I don't know how else to thank you except say thank you. And I really appreciate everything you do in every effort, and look forward to us continue to do that to make our town even better.